In this video, we're going to be answering the question, where do you see yourself in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years in the future, or any sort of variation of that question? That's a question that is fairly common. You'll get it both in firefighter interviews and even in just normal interviews. But you can probably expect to get this or a variation of this. So what would a variation of this be? This would be something like, what's something you want to achieve in the fire service? I think I got a question once in one of my interviews that went a little bit like, if you were at the end of your career and look back, what would be something that you would have accomplished that you'd be proud of, right? These questions are all getting after the same thing. They're all essentially asking the same thing. But before we get into that, this is the first video that I'm doing with this sort of format where you can actually see me talking to you instead of just having the PowerPoint. Let me know what you think if you like this. I've gotten a lot of emails from people saying they don't like the old format of the PowerPoint. They want to see who's actually talking to them. So if you like this more, just let me know. I have my PowerPoint down here so that keeps me on track. So anyways, back to the question, where do you see yourself in 5, 10, or 20 years? So as always, we're going to start off by answering, why are they asking you this? And this is pretty simple, pretty straightforward. They want to find out if you're a slug. The fire service has lots of those. Every industry has lots of slugs. Teachers, nurses, accountants, lawyers. Everybody has coworkers or works with people that just kind of show up and do the bare minimum. The fire service has plenty of those people. They don't want more. No department wants to hire that guy or that girl that is going to do really well for the first 6 months or the first year while they're on probation, and then after that just put it on cruise control and coast for the rest of their career. They want to find people that are motivated, that are ambitious, that want to move forward, that want to learn and improve themselves and the department at whole. So again, they're just asking this to see what kind of motivation, what kind of ambition do you have. So what is a bad answer to this? I've heard a few people say that they thought that a good answer to this would be looking directly at the chief and saying, I want to sit where you are. That is a terrible answer. Their reasoning for this was that it supposedly showed that they were really ambitious and wanted to be a leader and take charge. Put yourself in the seat of the chief or an officer for a second. And if somebody you don't know comes in and sits down in front of you and has the audacity to tell you before they're even hired that they want to take your job, that's not going to go over well. It's not going to make them think highly of you. That's not going to make them think that you're a go-getter, that you're aggressive, anything like that. It's just going to make you look stupid. So what would be a good answer to this? Something along the lines of, in 5 to 10 or 20 years, I want to take on more responsibility and take on a leadership role within the fire service to improve myself, my crew, and the department at large. Like it doesn't have to necessarily be something as politically sounding as that. You could say you want to be a formal officer. There's nothing wrong with saying, I want to lead my own crew at some point. That's very different from looking at somebody and saying you want to take their job, but saying, I want to step up and I want to be a leader. Say you want to be a training officer. Say you want to be a team leader of a specialty team. Maybe there's a hazmat team or a dive team or something like that, right? Fire departments have all sorts of specialties. So why is that a good answer? That's a good answer because it shows that you have the drive, the ambition, and you're willing to take on the responsibility to improve yourself, your crew, and the department at whole. Who wouldn't want to hire somebody like that? So those are some elements of a good answer. Again, make that a little more custom to you. Maybe you have a passion for technical rescue and ropes and stuff like that. Talk about that and how you want to become a leader in that area. At some point, you'd like to run a team or develop a program or something like that. So I hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, and definitely let me know what you think of this new format with this kind of talking head as opposed to just the PowerPoint. If you like this better, if you like the other way more, either one's fine with me. Please subscribe, like, and share, and I'll see you guys in the next video.